Welcome to this presentation. Today we're going to talk about PELLET B, the entrance test for law enforcement officers, police officers, sheriff deputies, California Highway Patrol, a lot of police departments, sheriff departments, and state highway patrols in California. They use the PELLET B. They want to know your PELLET B score. And I believe that the PELLET B score should be recent. So you can check with that specific agency. If you took the PELLET B, let's say 2-3 years ago, a lot of these agencies, they do not accept that score. So make sure whichever agency you're dealing with, that they just check and call or check their website and see if they require a PELLET B score that is recent, maybe within the last 90 days or 30 days. So just double check on that. But we provide a training for law enforcement entrance tests, including the PELLET B. A lot of test material that are on the market, they're not California specific. So just be careful. The word post doesn't mean it's California specific. Ours is California specific. You can find it at pelletbtest.com, and basically it covers all the aspects of the exam, and we go beyond the exam to actually give you tips and video tutorial and improve your skills and your law enforcement knowledge for the interview, because it doesn't matter if you're in California or other states. Definitely in California, any law enforcement agency, once they accept your PELLET B score, then you will have to pass department oral interview. So we help you with that as well in our test prep. So you can find that at pelletbtest.com. We also provide test prep for law enforcement at the federal level. So if you want to join like the Border Patrol, CBP Border Patrol, or Customs and Border Protection as an officer, Customs officer, or ICE, or Secret Service, or DEA, we have a federal law enforcement test prep and practice exams on our website. So you can have you can see all our information here, but for the sake of this video, we're going to focus on California and what is required in California. Now we have a separate test prep for LAPD, because LAPD is one of those rare agencies that does not use PELLET B scores. Okay, so they don't want the post PELLET B scores. They have a essay kind of type of exam, and also their interview is very let's say particular and very specific about things that they require. So for LAPD, we do have a separate preparation program, but for anything else, any other sheriff department or police department in California, if you're thinking of joining, make sure that you check us out at pelletbtest.com. And this will basically, once you sign up here for a small fee, it will direct you to our server here. And the test server basically would allow you, this page is a paid content, so you have to have a pass, you have to sign up to be able to access this page. But once you're in this page, then you will access all the goodies, everything that you need to know to practice. You have vocabulary tests. We can go and just kind of check it out a little bit. You get like multiple choice quiz that you can take and just get ready. And these are like basically questions that are related to law enforcement. So a lot of terms that you've seen law enforcement will be in these multiple choice tests, and a lot of them, you know, are you'll see them, you know, in a lot of police department and sheriff department exams. Spelling also, a lot of words that are like kind of so this one, poverty, is a pretty easy one, so we can just take a couple of them. Okay, but yeah, so as you can tell, you have a lot of different area of the English language, and then also reading, writing, that you will be tested. Now, as you take the test, the practice test, it will get trickier. Okay, so you will have those little moment where it will ask you between the words allude and elude, and is like, let's say, defendant is ending with ANT or ENT, or fraudulent is ending with ANT, or fraudulent is fraudulent is that LANT at the end or LENT at the end. So as you take the spelling practice test, you'll see you get to those common law enforcement terms and words that are pretty tricky, and the test is going to try to make you doubt. So basically it will push you to work on those specific words that are commonly basically you'll see them very commonly in those law enforcement tests, so including the PELLET B. Then you have the reading comprehension, so that's also like paragraphs that you have to read, and then there's gonna be like words that are missing, or you have to interpret like their meaning. So you have multiple choice tests and then a lot of practice tests here. Now the logical reasoning is and that's probably where a lot of candidates are they get tricked by different questions. We can read this one if you want. Sergeant Bolton is in charge of all the K9 teams in his sector. 20 K9 teams are on duty in his sector. Most of the K9 teams are located at the station near the airport. Several K9 teams are located away from the airport in large urban areas. All of the teams are required. I'll take this call later, sorry about that. All of the teams are required to be available to serve at any duty station within the sector. It can be validly concluded that Sergeant Bolton sector. Okay, so now you have to go through these statements and then logically, of course, when you take a logical reasoning test, you don't want to make assumptions. You just want to go based on the information that is given to you and draw like sharp, logical, clear conclusions. So here, basically, is looking for one true statement. So out of this 5 statements, 4 of them are definitely false. 1 of them is true. Now let's go. Teams in urban areas do not need to be available to travel to other duty stations. So this is definitely false, because we have a statement here that says all of the teams are required to be available to serve at any duty station. So that would contradict this statement directly. So the first one is not good. None of the teams are exempt from traveling to any duty location within the sector. That sounds good to me. None of the teams are exempt. That sounds good, but let's read the other ones. Most of the K9 teams are located away from the airport, which is not true. I think most of the K9 teams are located at the station near the airport. So this statement is false. The 4th statement is going to be only units located near the airport must be available to travel to any duty stations. Again, this one is false because it says all of the teams are required to be available to serve at any duty station. So that also contradicts this statement. And then the last one is few of the K9 teams are located at station near the airport. And then we have a statement here that most of the K9 teams are located at the airport. So you see that they play with the words, and our correct answer here is none of the teams are exempt. And that's the one that that sounds the most true and factual to me. So let's check the answer, and that's correct. So if you have the wrong answer, it is definitely going to correct you and tell you why this is the wrong answer. And other things that you're going to be able to take advantage of here, you're going to have the vocabulary. So there's going to have a specific California law vocabulary terms for law enforcement that are used basically in a lot of states, but mainly in California. So you want to take this multiple, it's probably a set of flashcards that you're going to be studying. Also here you're gonna have now anything after that would be good for your interview. So the safety cards, things to know and pay attention, that would basically increase your knowledge for the interview. You also have like video tutorial for interview question, the most common interview question in police departments and sheriff departments and different like law enforcement positions, and then also another multiple choice. I think this is probably a flashcard also. Yeah, this is definitely a flashcard that would teach you a bunch of flashcards that teach you the most common concept when it comes to law enforcement and professionalism. And these are good to know because basically you will be interviewed, and you're constantly being interviewed when you're a lot of the candidates don't know that when you apply for these positions, you are constantly, every meeting that you have with your background investigator, phone conversation, all of that can have an effect in your basically overall application and how they're going to treat it, and if you're going to be on top of the eligibility list, or if you're going to be in the middle, or if you're going to be at the bottom, if they're going to give priority to you or not. So there are a lot of things that will be important to know, and you will be able to access them via our website for a small fee, PELLETBtest.com. My time is up. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Last but not least, the arithmetic reasoning test prep that we have on our website is for federal law enforcement. For now, the PELLET B doesn't require math or arithmetic. So, but if in the future, let's say, I don't know, a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, if the California requires in their PELLET B to have math in them, then we will include that in our test prep, because we want to have the best, the most complete, the most up-to-date test prep for PELLET B on the market. So definitely check us out at PELLETBtest.com, and it's very, very important that you score very high on these tests, because you're competing against thousands of other candidates, and just don't rush into these tests thinking that, oh, I'm gonna pass. They're not looking for a pass score, okay? They're looking to give the job and select the best scoring candidate. So don't make the mistake of thinking, oh, I can manage and practice here and there and manage to pull a pass score. Okay, the pass score is not what you're looking for. You're looking for getting the best and the highest score, so you will be placed on top of the eligibility list. If you're applying for a PD in a city, or you're going for a sheriff deputy position in a county, or even a state position like a highway patrol officer, which is managed by the state of California directly. So all of that, they require basically the highest scoring candidate, not just the pass. A passing score is okay. You're gonna be on the list, but you're gonna be among thousands and thousands of other candidates. So it's very important for you to understand that these positions are very, very competitive, because they have a great pay, great benefits, and if you're serious of getting your gun and a badge and serve and protect your community as a profession, as a career, you want to invest in a good preparation program, and we have just that on our website. So check us out at PELLETBtest.com, and I'll catch you in the next video. Don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel. If you have any question, there's a contact section on our website. You can contact us via the website and send us our questions. But don't delay, don't rush into jumping on the next available test. Take your time, prepare very well. As I showed you in this website, we have a lot of material. They're just resources for you to not only get ready for the written test, but also for the interview. So you want to take advantage of all these test preps and practice tests and flashcards available. So when you're dealing with these recruiters, when you're dealing with the background investigators, when you're dealing with all the steps of these are the hardest recruitment process for any job in America. So when you're dealing with these people, you want to make a great impression. You want them to see you as a very well suited candidate, and you want to make that impression such a way that they're gonna say, oh, this person is exactly the type of person that we're looking for. So you want to be law enforcement savvy, you want to be confident. So all of that we will coach you via the website. You will get the questions for the interview, how you basically can prepare, and then go through all these multiple choice practice questions, and improve your skills, improve your vocabulary, improve your law enforcement knowledge, and hopefully you can score the highest and stand out.